Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. I am the majestic Snare, and this is my disembodied voice, which has made you listen to that song again. So thank me later. So today I wanted to have another discussion about Fortuna, the latest addition to Warframe, the new open world on Venus. Now, if you did watch my video on Tuesday, we did go over the sort of first impressions. But since that video, I'm reading some of your comments. I thought I'd try and put Fortuna back into perspective and understand how it fits and what it means. A lot of people are doing reviews and primers and kind of how to get about and what to do in Fortuna, and let's be honest, at this point, after a few more hours since my video I made on Tuesday, there's not a lot to do in Fortuna. In diversity, I mean, not necessarily in time. It's still quite grindy. There's still a lot, and that's what Warframe is. It's a grind fest at the best of times, but a rewarding one usually. But you have a story quest that lasts for about maybe an hour or two, followed by bounties and a bit of exploration, a bit of fishing, a bit of mining, which have all been kind of upped and revamped and stuff. So it's not a bad update, but I think for a lot of people they're expecting a lot more, and I don't know why necessarily. We don't have the big equivalent big monster hunt that we have on Plains of Eidolon in the form of what I think is going to be a bulbous scrotum sack of spider thing that we've seen in the smaller versions in Fortuna or the Orb Valis. That is to come, and because of that I think it's feeling a little bit empty now. I mean, the bounties are fun, but they are still quite samey, and I'm not so heavy on that myself. I do think that people will get bored of them very quickly. Looking at the stats, if we actually look at the stats, I pulled up some Steam player kind of stats this afternoon, and it says that in November so far, peak concurrent players 131,000, which is 10,000 more than it was for Plains of Eidolon when that launched. So they're obviously doing something right. You know, it's clear that they're not doing a bad job in getting new players involved. But I want to put Fortuna in perspective, so let me know down in the comments about this. But certainly I think that Fortuna needs to be seen in a number of different ways. Now, if we remember, a lot of people are actually kind of coming to Warframe fairly new, or not much experience with the game, and that needs to be taken into consideration. Now, as a company, or any games company with a target audience, I'm not entirely sure whether you can cater for veterans and new players alike without annoying one or the other. But what I think we must not forget is that Fortuna is part of a whole tapestry of gameplay that you can get for free in Warframe. You can play Warframe, and this is one part of it, or you can just put all of your eggs in one basket and decide that, oh, this game sucks because Fortuna update wasn't what I wanted. I think that's a little bit short-sighted, if I'm honest. If you are experienced, I can see you're at the butting edge of anything new that comes out, and you're experienced on how to grind those resources and those things, and giving you a few more might make the game last a bit more, but whether you're enjoying it or not, don't know. If you're a streamer, then at the moment they're offering sort of loot drops when you're watching on Twitch, particular Warframe streams, and you can be in the chance to win some actual Warframes like Cora, which I'm still trying to get my hands on by leaving a Twitch stream running for hours when I'm surfing the internet. Does anybody say that anymore? I don't know. Anyway, back to the point. But certainly my experience with Fortuna is now tempered with the fact that I have to understand where it sits. I think it's for new players or medium players, and it's a nice new environment. It needs more events, that's clear. It needs more things to be going on in that space, and obviously it needs to be a proper open world edition by having those big monster hunts equivalents of the Eidolons and Terrorists and stuff. So that needs to be a thing. But until that point, maybe they'll drop fairly soonish. Maybe we'll get to the point where we're looking forward to Railjack, which I know I am, and we'll see some improvements in sort of the diversity again, and another spike of people being involved in Warframe. I'm not being down on Fortuna at all. I think it's a well-crafted piece, and how much? Here's a question for you guys: how much would you have paid for the Fortuna update? Be honest. we'll do it in pounds, dollars, pesos, whatever it is you guys actually deal with in your daily lives. But I'd love to know what you would have been happy paying for, considering some companies and some other games have made such bad sort of DLC and charged the absolute earth for it. So I'd love to know what you guys think about Fortuna and how much you would have paid for this free update to an already massive game. I could be actually construed as being a bit of a fanboy. Warframe will always have a special place in my heart. It'll be a game I always come back to, and when there's stuff to do in it and there's new bits to get involved with, I'll dip my toe in now and again. But until then, until there's maybe a little bit more to do, maybe some random kind of new events, I really hope they don't take the events you get on the planes and just reskin it for the Orb Valis. That would be silly, I think. This is a chance to be fresh and new, and if you don't capitalise on that, I think people will notice and maybe get slightly annoyed that it's just the same stuff with a different colour. But I definitely want to see what you guys think about Fortuna being a perspective of the whole Warframe experience, not just, oh my god, it's an update, I've done it, it's boring, I want something else. Just take a step back, take a breath, and realise that this is a free update to a free game that quite honestly has stolen more hours than it should have out of my life. So I'd love to hear what you have to think, or you have to say rather, or what you think. Don't forget, we have videos out every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, and if you have liked what you've heard here today, then please like the video, maybe even subscribe, become part of the family to hear more awesome content that we produce here at Overbite Gaming. So we'll be back on Saturday with a video of sorts of things, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And yeah, I'll catch you next week for another solo part. I don't know if it'll be a Warframe video or something else, maybe. But until then, I hope you guys are cool. Take care of yourselves, and see you around. So yeah, okay, love you. Bye bye.